Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Breaker, and Spotify. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 5 coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So, a couple of days ago, I'm not going to act like I've just finished and set up the camera. A couple days ago, I finished Iron Fist Season 2. It stars Finn Jones, Jessica Henwick, Simone Missick, Tom Pelphrey, Jessica Stroup, Sasha Dewan. I hope that's how you say Davos' real name. And Alice Eve. And it is, the 10th overall season in the Marvel Netflix world. And this time around, you got Danny Rand, post-Defenders, carrying on what Matt Murdock asked him to do. And in the first scene, like he has this mask now. Like, it's not even a mask, but it's like I don't know, it's like a turtleneck that covers his face or something. He has something that covers his chin and mouth and whatnot. And he punched the front of a semi truck, and it was dope. He's going through his own struggles with the power of the fist. Davos shows back up and wants what he feels is rightfully his. Going in, I started it late, man. I've spent the last month and a half, close to 2 months, running through this entire universe. At the beginning of August, I started with Daredevil Season 1 and, wanted to finish with Iron Fist Season 2. And, sidebar, I feel like Iron Fist Season 1 and the Defenders aren't as much of a letdown if you fly through everything consecutively. Because there were so many Easter eggs and so much coolness that they put into each season while binging everything. And watching them singularly on their own, they kind of don't have the same impact. But I think that the Iron Fist world is a cool world. Even Ward is my least favorite character. He was such a douchebag in Season 1. He's a little more likable this time around, but still my least favorite character. Damn Joy comes in stunting, and she goes through a pretty impactful season. But what my biggest takeaway from this season was the relationship between Danny and Colleen. Colleen is one of my favorite characters, and not only because I think she looked good, but all the lead actresses for each season. Karen Page is an investigator. She's become a journalist. She's not out there with Daredevil fighting hand-to-hand combat. You know what I mean? Jessica Jones has Trish, but even as much as she wants to be Jessica, she's just not out in the field with Jessica like that. And Misty is with Luke, but she's a cop. She was doing this before Luke. And Colleen is also a kung fu trained ninja, and she is with Danny a lot of the time. So I think that makes her real dope. And shit, I don't want to forget about Nandi and the Punisher. She was a cop before Frank Castle came along too. Colleen finds something that she starts to investigate. Right around the same time, Danny starts to investigate his cause for the season. And it ends up being that they're basically on the same path. And Misty shows up in this season, which is real dope. I love the crossover in this universe. I don't know. I don't understand why. It's already been 3 months. I don't understand why Luke Cage hasn't been announced for Season 3. Punisher we're gonna get a Punisher Season 2 either in March or next summer, and then Jessica Jones Season 3 was filmed. Jessica Jones has at least started filming season 3. Daredevil season 3 was just announced to come out next month, and they also announced that they have plans for like 3 more seasons. And so why isn't Luke Cage gotten a 3rd season announcement? It's crazy. It doesn't make sense to me, especially the way that season ended with him with him being the new owner of Harlem's Paradise. Like, it's crazy to me. But Danny's quest, Colleen's quest, cross paths. They end up investigating together, which leads them to Davos, who feels like he should have won the right to fight the dragon and obtain the fist. And they never refer to him as Steel Serpent, which I don't like. That's mad lame to me. He's so disciplined. And because he's disciplined and because he's so restrained, he lacks personality, and I think that hurts him as a character. So I don't think Davos is one of the better overall villains that they've put out, but he is still intriguing to watch, because while he what the dopest part about Davos to me is that he thinks he's right. All great villains think that they're right. And it leads to some dope fight choreography. And that's the thing too. Like, Daredevil and Iron Fist have the kung fu fighting choreography, while Jessica Jones and Luke Cage have just the brawling and just throw fists and try to whoop ass. And Punisher has some of that, but it's a lot of more gunfighting too. But the kung fu fighting has always been so cool to watch. And with Colleen, Danny, and Davos, who are all supposed to be masters, it's cool. I think this season doesn't really revolve around the Rand Corporation as much as season 1 did. There's a lot of, when it comes to Joy, when it comes to Ward, there's a lot of references to season 1. Alice Eve comes in as a Jessica Jones-like character in the beginning. And like I told my boy Legacy, who in the next episode of the podcast, we're going to talk real in-depth about this season. And I told him, I was like, dude, this Mary chick is weird. And then, like, the next episode I watched, like, more about her character was revealed. And she's a real dope character. Like, if you haven't read a synopsis, or if you haven't read, like, character descriptions, I won't go too much into her character. But she could come back. And there could be a lot more for her character to go into. I don't know, like, there's more I want to say, but it's just not coming to mind right now. I feel like solely based on fan backlash, they cut the episode order from 13 to 10, which a lot of seasons are 10 episodes, but the Defenders aside, this is the first Marvel season that's been less than 13, and I don't really know what they would have done with 3 more episodes. They may have just been filler, but still. And then the way that this season ends, I'm asking more questions than I am excited for a season 3. Of course, I want an Iron Fist season 3, but with what happens with Colleen, with what happens with Danny, and where they are when the season ends, I just have more questions than I know what's going on, honestly. And if anybody, if this video can somehow make it to the Marvel Netflix CEO shot caller, the world needs a Defenders 2. Bring in Punisher, introduce new heroes, because fans know Daredevil season 3 is coming. I think the other Defenders deserve to know that Matt Murdock is okay. So they have to find out somehow. I think just because, again, fan backlash, fan response wasn't the most positive, don't automatically kill a Defender season 2. I don't think it's fair to the characters, the actors, or the fans. With all that being said, man, in my opinion, I will say that Iron Fist season 2 is almost dope. And again, it sucks, man. Like, Daredevil is my overall favorite series that they have going. I think Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Misty are like the biggest badasses in the world. And I think that I can't get around that Iron Fist is just my least favorite, while still good, my least favorite show that they've produced. Like I get excited for every season that comes out, but that's just my rankings. Have you seen Iron Fist season 2, man? What did you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between. Let me know. Like I said, Rec League Podcast episode 5 is on the way. The next time I'll do one of these will be sometime in October. After I finish Daredevil season 3, I'll do another one of these Netflix reviews. This is the only TV that I review. So I'm sorry, I just don't have the time to review season after season of different shows, man. So like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.